Hi everybody. So today we are making this video. It's me, Emma Case, and Sarah Butchard, and Stan. If you want to say hi to everybody, Stan, as well.
Hello, gang. How are you doing?
And so we're making this video today because we are launching a new photography competition, and the competition is called Dementia Eye, A View to Remember. And we just thought this would be a good opportunity for us to support you in being able to send us your photos. And so we're just going to give you a couple of tips today on the best ways to do that. And so firstly, we'd like to look at how best to take a photo. And so any suggestions, guys, on any tips that we could give people if they are wanting to sort of join in with this competition and send us some images?
Well, first off, I would say make sure if you're outdoors that you don't take the picture into the sun.
Yeah.
So that you will lose your topic.
Yeah, so it doesn't need to be too sunny outside, too bright. What about planning the photo? How much sort of planning do you think? Is it good to just sort of snap away, or should we plan it a little bit more?
It's all right if you plan, if you've got the time. I prefer to take a number of snaps of a particular thing so I can pick the best one out of the lot at the end of the day.
I think that's great advice, isn't it, Stan? Because the more photos you've got, the more you've got to pick from.
Yeah.
I think sometimes as well, there might be something that really means something to you, because we want to capture what has meant something to you over the past 12 months and what's been your view. So you might think there's a best time of day to take that picture, or it might be that it's only there at a particular time. So we might do a little bit of planning, but I completely agree with what you say, Stan. Take a few so that you've got some to choose from, because I think that's going to make a massive difference.
And the other thing, when you come to caption it, make sure you can put across to the other people what that photograph means to you. I mean, the one I've done where I show the lake with the rods out and fishy, yeah, that applies to me. People, what the heck's he on about? You know. So be a bit more specific about what your topic is.
So definitely sort of maybe knowing what you want to take a photo of, trying to take a couple of photos so you have a couple of different options, and also maybe thinking about a caption that you can put with that image, just to sort of explain to the viewer, to your audience, you know, your feelings behind that image and what you want to tell the world about the photo that you're taking.
I guess, Stan, one of the things that I know can happen for some people when you're living with dementia is that you can become a bit more shaky, can't you? So I wonder if there's any kind of tips on what to do if you're not that steady with your camera.
Hopefully, if they're using a smartphone, that will have an anti-vibration and anti-shake program built into it, so that should eliminate that.
Yeah. Also, and I think another good one is if you've got a smartphone, sometimes you can prop it up, can't you? So you can prop it up with some books or on a shelf, just so that it's static, and then you can maybe take it from there.
Yeah, that's if you're doing a selfie shot.
Yeah.
It can even be as simple as just making sure you put your elbows on something. So when you're holding your phone, it's a little bit steadier than if you're trying to just hold it like that.
Yeah. Or tuck your elbows into your sides if you're holding it steady.
Yeah, really good idea. Yeah. And also, is light important? So do you need sort of like a dark room or a light room? Is turning the lights on good, or is it good to have natural daylight?
Natural daylight is obviously far better. You'll get a better reproduction of colours and one thing and another, because you've got to remember what the camera is taking. It's what it's actually seeing, not necessarily quite what you see, dependent on your eyesight. So again, you're talking about sharpness, contrast, and that type of thing.
So finding really good light. So even if you want to take a photo inside your home, maybe somewhere near a window, or, you know, somewhere that you know that is well lit is probably going to be a better photograph than maybe going into sort of a more darker room. Yeah. And then talking about how to send the images. So this is the bit, we are accepting images by WhatsApp, and there will be a number on this page. Also email, and there's the email address on this page. But if there's other ways that you want to send it, say if you have a DSLR and you'd like to download your photos, but you're a bit stuck on how to send them, then you can always email us and we'll help you with that process. But any tips on sending them, Stan?
Well, I'm not too bad because I've got 2 SLRs. I've got a Nikon D40 and I've got this one, and I'm not that hot at the stops and this, that, and the other. I just take what I like and I make sure it's focused, and that's it.
Perfect.
But yeah, downloading is simple for me because I can download it to my laptop and store it on my laptop.
Got it.
And I've even got a program that can be used called Thumbs, where you can alter the contrast, you can brighten your photo, you can crop it, you can do all sorts of things. Don't expect people to go to that extent, but
Yeah.
that is there, that facility is there, I would assume, from your gallery and what you can do.
Well, if for everyone, we want to make sure that everyone can get involved. So whether you've got a DSLR or whether you've got a phone, you can easily take an image on your phone and then maybe WhatsApp it over to us.
Yeah.
With the number that we've got on this page. And so is there any tips on how we do that?
Yeah, I think it's trying to keep it really simple as well, isn't it? So there might be someone else, if you're not sure how to do it, maybe asking someone else around you if there is someone there. So it might be one of your children, one of you, the grandchildren are always great at doing these things if you've got grandkids. But often if you just look at the bottom, there'll be a little button that looks like you can send something. If you press that, and then you'll see a little sign that looks like a green bubble. That's kind of WhatsApp. If you press on that and put the number in that's on this site, you'll be able to send it across.
Yeah, you might find there's a slight difference between either iPhones or the standard smartphone. I think the iPhone is a little bit more upmarket in how you can access stuff.
But any way that you feel comfortable in sending the images across, and if you have any problems, you can always get in touch with us. But what we also want to say is that all the photographs, please don't worry about your sort of technical ability with photography, of how long you might have done it, what equipment you've got, anything. Really, the most important thing is your images and what you want to tell us through your images. So
I'm so excited to see kind of what your view has been. So we really want you to not worry about that at all. Just one little thing we want you to think about is that if you are taking photos of another person, just make sure that that person's okay with you taking a photo of them, and anyone else is okay with you sharing that photo. So we don't want kind of you to end up taking a photo of someone who doesn't want to have their photo taken. So.
Yeah. That should also include people that are in the vicinity. It may be 10 or 12 foot away, they're still going to be captured.
Yeah. So just if it's somebody and say if you want to take a portrait of somebody in your family or something like that, just make sure that you've got their permission, and then that'll be fine. And then if you want to have a look at some of the other images that the group have taken, you'll be able to see them on this page too, and that'll give you a really good idea of the sort of images that are coming in. And then we would love to see what you can come up with too.